Welcome to Brahmagyan, a channel where we explore the essence and history of Hindu philosophy. Karma is a central concept in Sanatan Dharma, a religion that is thousands of years old and practiced by millions of people around the world. Karma is the law of cause and effect, which states that our actions, both physical and mental, have consequences that will come back to us in this life or the next. It is the basis for the belief that our present life is the result of our past actions and that our future lives will be determined by our present actions. Karma has been described as a type of spiritual currency which we accumulate through our thoughts, words, and deeds. According to Sanatan Dharma, the law of karma is immutable and cannot be altered or changed. It is believed that our karma can be both positive and negative, and that we are responsible for creating our own destiny. Karma is said to be the force that brings balance and harmony to the universe. It is believed that by understanding and accepting the law of karma, we can learn to live in harmony with the universe. We can learn to use our actions to create positive karma and bring balance to our lives. Karma is seen as a way to teach us about responsibility and the consequences of our actions. It is believed that we should be mindful of our actions and be aware of the impact they have on ourselves and others. We should strive to be compassionate and practice kindness and generosity so that we can create positive karma and bring balance to our lives. Karma is an important principle in Sanatan Dharma, and it is seen as a way to help us live a meaningful and fulfilling life. By understanding and accepting the law of karma, we can strive to create positive karma and bring balance to our lives. The law of karma is mentioned in several Hindu texts, including the Vedas, Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita. Here are some references from these texts. The Vedas. The Rig Veda, one of the oldest Hindu scriptures, talks about the concept of karma in several hymns. For example, in one hymn of creation, it states that everything in the universe is a product of sacrifice and that all things are connected through the law of cause and effect. The deeds you do, the fruit you'll reap. For example, the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, according to one acts, according to as one behaves, so does he become. The doer of good becomes good. The doer of evil becomes evil. One becomes virtuous by virtuous action, bad by bad action. The Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is a Hindu scripture that contains teachings of Lord Krishna. For example, in chapter 2, verse 47, Lord Krishna says, "You have the right to work, but never to the fruit of work. You should never engage in action for the sake of reward, nor should you long for inaction." In Sanatan Dharma, there are 3 types of karma, each of which has a different effect on our lives. Sanchit karma. This refers to accumulated karma from all our past lives. It is the sum total of all good and bad deeds we have done in our previous existences. Sanchit karma influences our current life and determines circumstances we are born into and the opportunities we have. Prarabdha karma. This refers to karma that's already set in motion and is currently influencing our lives. It is the portion of our sanchit karma that has already been chosen to be experienced in this lifetime. Prarabdha karma is often compared to an arrow that has already been shot and cannot be recalled. Kriyamand karma refers to karma that is created through our correct actions. It is the karma that we are creating in this lifetime which will influence our future. Kriyamana karma is within our control and we can choose to do good or bad deeds which will affect our future positively or negatively. According to Sanatan Dharma, karma plays a significant role in the cycle of birth and death, which is also known as samsara. The law of karma states that every action has a consequence and these consequences shape our future lives. When we die, our karma determines our next birth and we are reborn into a new body and a new life. The quality of our karma determines the quality of our future lives. Good karma leads to better rebirth, while bad karma leads to lower rebirth. According to Sanatan Dharma, breaking the cycle of birth and death is the ultimate goal of life. This is achieved by attaining liberation from samsara, which is known as moksha. To break the cycle of birth and death and attain moksha, one must follow the path of spirituality and practice certain disciplines. Here are some ways to break the cycle of birth and death in Sanatan Dharma. Follow the path of Dharma. Dharma is a set of moral and ethical principles that guide our actions. Following the path of Dharma is an essential aspect of breaking the cycle of birth and death, as it helps us accumulate good karma and purify our souls. Practice yoga and meditation. Yoga and meditation are spiritual practices that helps us to connect with our inner selves and attain a state of inner peace. These practices helps us to develop self-control, concentration, and mindfulness, which are essential for breaking the cycle of birth and practice devotion. Devotion to a higher power such as a god or a guru is another way to break the cycle of birth and death. By surrendering oneself to a higher power, we can overcome our ego and attain spiritual enlightenment. Practice selfless service. Selfless service or seva is the act of serving others without any expectation of reward or recognition. This helps us to develop compassion, kindness, and empathy, which are essential for breaking the cycle of birth and death. Acquire spiritual knowledge. Acquiring spiritual knowledge is another way to break the cycle of birth and death. By studying the scriptures such as the Bhagavad Gita and understanding the true nature of self and the universe, we can attain spiritual enlightenment and break the cycle of birth and death. In summary, breaking the cycle of birth and death in Sanatan Dharma is achieved by following the path of spirituality, practicing an ethical way of life, connecting to a higher cosmic power via yoga and devotion, and acquiring spiritual knowledge. By doing so, we can attain liberation from samsara and achieve the ultimate goal of life, which is moksha. Thanks again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Stay tuned with us for more videos on Vedas and Bhagavad Gita in future. Let us know if you would like us to make a video on a specific Hindu philosophy. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. See you soon.